Antonio starts.
A pedestrian dead, hit and killed. The investigation showing it may have been a San Antonio police vehicle. We have the latest in the investigation.
A house fire displaces 3 people and cuts off power to several other residents in the area.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City, 68 degrees. Not much to see out there right now. Hopefully we get some sunshine throughout the morning. We're checking with Sarah Spivey in just a bit. Good morning. It is 8 o'clock this Sunday, March 6th. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So I gotta ask, did the sun come out yesterday? It was a little gloomy. I fell asleep on the couch.
It did. Well, in the morning I mowed the yard and it was cloudy. And then in the afternoon it was like touch and go sun.
Okay.
Sarah, is it going to be kind of similar today?
Yeah, pretty much the same today. Just a couple of degrees even warmer. And outside right now, we are seeing the cloudy skies at the airport. A few peaks of sunshine, but generally mostly to mainly cloudy skies. Boy, is it warm this morning. It's near 70 degrees. Our high temperature this time of year is 71. So again, we're already starting off very warm and very muggy. Dew points are in the mid 60s. That's pretty high. In fact, it makes relative humidity at 84%, and it's breezy too. Winds from the south-southeast at about 15 miles per hour. A lot similar to yesterday, just like yesterday. Breezy, muggy, cloudy to start the day, but we will see some sun this afternoon. 67 in Del Rio, 69 in Uvalde, 65 in Kerrville, 70 in Hondo, 70 nearly in New Braunfels, and 72 in Cotulla. Here's today's forecast for you. It looks very similar to yesterday. We'll be at 70 at 10, 75 at noon with clearing skies and warm in the afternoon, 83 for the high. Those winds will be gusting from the south at about 25 miles per hour. But things are going to change. A literal temperature roller coaster for us this week. 83 today, but by tomorrow a cold front will move through. We'll be in the 50s tomorrow. Tuesday in the 40s. We'll have a couple of nice days sprinkled in there too. Wednesday will be in the upper 60s. Thursday in the 70s. And then you guessed it, another cold front arriving. Friday will be in the 50s. Yes, it is spring break for a lot of people out there this week. And as you can see, temperature's a little wacky, but we've also got a small chance for rain mixed in there too. So we've got a lot to unpack in the forecast. All of those updates in a few minutes. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Top stories this morning. San Antonio police say SAPD patrol car struck and killed a pedestrian last night. They say a pedestrian is dead after an officer hit him with the patrol vehicle while responding to a call on the west side. The incident happened around 8:30 last night on West Commerce Street and Northwest 39th Street. According to SAPD, the man was in his 60s and was wearing dark clothing when he was hit. EMS pronounced the man dead at the scene. The officer is a 2-year veteran with the police department. Neither of their identities have been released at this time. The incident is still under investigation.
Well, a house fire on the city's south side ends with 3 people trying to figure out what comes next. San Antonio firefighters on the scene telling us it all happened around 8:45 last night. This is a home in the 1000 block of Crystal. Investigators say the flames significantly damaging the home, even causing a power line in the area to fall. Some residents this morning at last check just checked the CPS outage map a few moments ago. Some people still without power. Now CPS crews are working to repair that down line. 3 people were inside the home at the time of the flames. They were able to evacuate safely and no injuries reported. Right now, the Red Cross are working with them to relocate. As for the cause of what sparked the flames, that's still under investigation. Honor, sacrifice, and a day of remembrance. Today marks 186 years since the historic battle at the Alamo. And this morning, crowds gathering dark and early for a special ceremony.
Stephen Cavazos is live at the Alamo with more on this year's event. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, Max and Sarah. Well, that ceremony wrapped about an hour ago, but many who attended this ceremony did say that it's important to remember, reflect, and honor those lives. And you can see those wreaths still remain right behind me in front of the historic Alamo. Now, Dawn at the Alamo is a ceremony that describes the events that led up to that historic battle. This morning, there were musical performances, history depictions, and even a live musket firing demonstration. We did get the chance to speak with Gary Lewinstra, who is with the San Antonio Living History Association. He took on the role of General Santa Ana this morning, and he does tell us that he was happy to see people remember and honor the lives of men on both sides.
This was just absolutely awesome to have this many people out this year. All of us are very aware of both sides.
Now, also, descendants of some of those historic Texas figures were also in attendance. Now, again, remember, this ceremony has wrapped, but the today's Day of Remembrance is not over. It'll actually conclude, that is, with Remember the Defenders. The Alamo describes that as a solemn ceremony. Now, that will be taking place at 6 this evening. Of course, we're going to have more coming up in the next half hour of this newscast. Max, Sarah, back to you.
Thank you, Stephen. Well, local San Antonio school districts, we have a number of charter schools. In fact, SAISD has an entire section of the website devoted to in-district charter school programs. There's a number of local public and, yes, private charter schools right here in our Alamo City area.
So over the course of the pandemic, many parents became more engaged in their children's education, and many families have reevaluated their school choices. So joining us in today's Leading SA segment is Inga Cotton of the San Antonio Charter Moms. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, let's see.
Mute.
Oh, we hear you
By
now.
now I figured out. Good morning.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. So since the start of the pandemic, have you seen a larger number of community members reach out to you?
Yeah, actually, our engagement has grown. Families got an up-close look at what school is like when their kids experienced distance learning or doing school from home. And for some families, they needed a different setting. Like either they needed full-time online or they needed full-time in-person. And just getting that up-close look, they realized they needed to look more closely at what type of school is going to serve their kids the best. And that's the kind of resources we offer. So charter schools offer kind of specialized learning models. And the challenge for parents is to try to sort those out and figure out, which school offers what type of learning and what's going to be the best fit for their own children.
So Inga, what is the biggest difference that you've noticed since entering the charter school realm?
So San Antonio Charter Moms started in 2012. So we've been at it for a while. I've seen a lot of growth in the number of charter school options. And as Max mentioned, one of the biggest changes is in San Antonio ISD. Then they offer choice schools. So they have over 90 campuses that offer specialized learning programs. But there's also been growth in the open enrollment charter schools. And what's great about those is that you don't have to live in any particular part of town or have ties to any particular school district. So if your neighborhood public school isn't going to be the right fit, there's a lot of other options out there. So that's the biggest change we've seen, is just a lot of growth. It means that if a family has their heart set on a particular school, they may try to get in, but the good news is there's probably 2 or 3 more schools that offer something similar, and they have a good chance of getting into one of their top choice schools.
Now, we've done extensive stories with programs like the CAST programs and, the San Antonio Women's Leadership Academy. Like you said, there's so much growth, so many options out there. San Antonio Charter Moms is a 501c3 nonprofit, and you guys specialize in helping these families navigate the charter school process. So for any parent listening, what are some of the basic tips that they need to know?
So a basic tip is, number one, if you can plan ahead. So schools have already held open enrollment for this coming school year. But also don't give up hope because schools are still making offers to students on the waiting list. But if this all sounds confusing, like waiting list, lotteries, open enrollment, we have resources to explain that. So we have blog posts on our site, sachartermoms.com. We also have a really active Facebook group. We're at almost 9,000 members. And it's, moms and dads helping each other to answer these questions. And we also have in-person events. We just had one in Universal City, and we're planning ahead for one at the Green Line at Brooks on the south side. So we're going to feature schools that are located on the south side, accessible to those families. So that event is on March 26th from 10 to 2 at the Green Light Park at Brooks.
So Inga, what would you say the biggest difference is between just a regular public school and a public charter school? Is it smaller classrooms? Is it more one-on-one between student and teacher? Is different programs offered? What would you say is just the biggest difference there?
So I think for my own kids, they experienced distance learning in the pandemic, and it made them feel sort of disconnected with their teachers and their peers. And in order to get them re-engaged, I tried to really listen to them about what their dreams were for what they wanted to be when they grew up. And they both spoke up that they want careers in technology. And so I researched and found a charter school that specializes in technology. And so they do all their core classes, but they also get electives and clubs that feed into the careers that they're interested in. They get to interact with people working in those fields. And it's gotten my kids much more engaged and motivated to reconnect with school and think about their future. And I think that's what folks are ready for, is that we've experienced so much disruption and trauma from the pandemic, but it's time to think about a brighter future and how we can help our kids get ready for that. And the charter schools are out there. It's just a communication issue of, and that's where we come in. It's explaining those options to families, all these specialized programs. It gets really exciting the more you learn about them. And especially when you have that feeling of like, I found the right place for my kids. This is going to click.
All right, Inga Cotton, thank you so much for joining us. If anyone wants to watch this interview in its entirety, it's going to be on KSAT.com. Of course, we're also going to have links to SA Charter Mom's website and the event happening March 26th. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Inga.
Thank you. Bye.
Time now, 8:10, 68 degrees out.
Go Spurs, go.
Don't sound deflated. Don't sound, discouraged. I'm telling you, you got to stay patient. It's a long season, and we are preparing for the Lakers and LeBron, who happened to drop 56 last night, so hopefully he doesn't do it again. We're going to give you what happened last night and what comes next.
The massive tornado touches down in Iowa, killing several people. We have the latest after the break.
But first, a quick live look out at the Alamo City. Ooh, warm, humid, cloudy. We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey for your full forecast in just a bit.
Emergency crews are responding after severe weather strikes in the Midwest.
That's right. A tornado leaves a trail of devastation and destruction. It ends with a lot of people dead in Iowa. ABC's Karina Mitchell reports.
Tragedy in Iowa. Emergency officials say several people are dead after a suspected tornado touched down Saturday in Winterset, southwest of Des Moines.
At this time, we can confirm that we have 6 fatalities, including 4 adults and 2 children under the age of 5. There are also 4 adults injured, 3 that are in serious condition, and 1 that was transferred to Des Moines Hospital with life-threatening injuries.
Several people captured video of the severe weather in Winterset and some of the devastation that was left behind. Emergency officials say the tornado was spotted on the ground around 4:30 Saturday afternoon and left a path of destruction in its wake.
Many people had their houses lost. We're saying at this point, from the trail from the tornado started to where it ended, it's probably about 25, 30 houses that we're estimating.
The National Weather Service in Des Moines says an initial look at photos and videos suggests the tornado may have been an EF3. Survey teams will check the damage on Sunday to reach a final conclusion. Karina Mitchell, ABC News, New York.
All right, well, back here at home, 8:16, 68 degrees. A little cloudy out there, Sarah.
Cloudy indeed, but we are going to see some sun like yesterday in the afternoon. Right, but soak up the warm weather today because tomorrow, guys, we're going to be in the 40s and 50s. Yeah.
It's not March.
Yeah, well, March does feature cold fronts quite often, so got to disagree with you there. But we are expecting a late season freeze actually by the end of the week. So a lot to talk about. Outside right now, we've got cloudy skies. It is near 70 degrees outside, muggy with temperatures in the low, dew points in the low 60s. That's pretty high for this time of year. And we've got breezy conditions too. Winds from the south-southeast at about 15 miles per hour. That breeze will stick with us throughout the day today. In some spots, we've even got some foggy conditions, misty conditions, like up near Kerrville, where visibility is down to 4 miles. Visibility down to 6 miles in New Braunfels and down to 5 in San Marcos. Otherwise, we are looking at a warm start to the day. 65 in Seguin, 68 at JBSA Randolph, 72 at Stinson, 72 in Castroville, 67 in Rio Medina, and 65 in Kerrville. Guess what? We usually see a morning low temperature in the upper 40s. We're about 20 degrees warmer than that already, and this afternoon is going to feature temperatures in the 80s. All right, on the Futurecast, you can see that these clouds will be stubborn through the morning hours, but as we head into the afternoon, seeing skies clear, and it's going to be warm. How warm? Well, some folks will be near 90 degrees, like out toward Del Rio, 89 for the high temperature. 89 in Carrizo Springs, 87 in Eagle Pass, even down 35 here, Cotulla and Laredo near 90 this afternoon. Around San Antonio, though, we'll be in the low 80s. Low 80s is what's most likely, and even up in the hill country, close to 80 degrees. So taking you through today, at 10 we'll be at 70 and still fairly cloudy. Then at noon, 75, mostly cloudy, but seeing those skies clear. 83 for the high temperature. South winds today gusting up to 25, so it will be breezy and mild this evening with temperatures falling into the 70s. But things change after midnight tonight for us in San Antonio. Let's take a wide view of what's going on across the nation. There's that big low pressure system that unfortunately brought those deadly tornadoes across parts of Iowa. Meanwhile, behind this system, we've got a fairly potent cold front. Take a look at the temperature difference here behind this front. It's 33 degrees in Lubbock, but 66 in San Angelo. So about a 30-degree temperature drop from this front is what can be expected, even in the single digits in parts of the Central Plains. So a very, very cold air mass is on its way here for us, at least according to March standards. But will it bring rain? Well, it will for the Dallas-Fort Worth area, that's for sure. Close to midnight tonight, we'll see some thunder showers, even some potential for some severe weather up near Dallas-Fort Worth. But notice how we're going to be on the tail end of this system. Here in San Antonio, and across south central Texas, really only some light rain showers are what's most likely early tomorrow morning. Close to the morning commute, it could be damp in some spots. And then by noon, though, most of that rain will be out of the area and off to the east. But it will be windy tomorrow. Winds will be from the north, gusting up to 35 to 40 miles per hour. So a very windy Monday. That'll be bringing in that colder air. So look at temperatures tomorrow afternoon. About a 30-degree drop from where we are right now. We'll be in the 50s in many places around south central Texas, 53 in Gonzales, 50 in Hallettsville, 50 in Boerne, even in the 40s up in the hill country, and in the 60s out west toward Del Rio. And then the cold air doesn't stop there, because by Tuesday we're going to see clouds move back in and even some sprinkles around San Antonio with shower activity out to the east. That'll keep temperatures cool. We'll likely struggle to get out of the 40s on Tuesday. We will, however, for those of you celebrating spring break, have a couple of nice days mixed in there too. Like on Wednesday and Thursday, when we'll see plenty of sunshine and temperatures in the 60s and 70s. But look at that. Another cold front arrives Friday morning, and that's going to knock our temperatures back down into the 50s. And even by Saturday morning, we are anticipating a light freeze. So gardening, planting, all of those things. If you haven't done it yet, wait until after this weekend, and if you have already done it, you might want to take some freeze precautions for Saturday morning. A light freeze, not a hard freeze, but a light freeze is expected.
All right, so what precautions are you taking?
To take up my flowers that I already put in. I think it's easier than covering and uncovering. I don't know. It's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing. All right, 8:21, 69 degrees out.
Come on, Spurs.
Yes. Unfortunately, the losing streak continues, but you got to be patient. This team is exciting. I think it is well constructed. And there's some awesome highlights we're going to show you right after the break. Good morning. Welcome back. And go Spurs, go. Silver and black on the road last night in Charlotte. A win there would have snapped the losing streak and would have given Pop his 1,335th regular season win. And that would have tied Don Nelson's record. So for most regular season wins of all time, this would have been a great game to do so in Charlotte, taking on one of Coach Pop's coaching trade members. All right, so first quarter, DeJounte feeding Keldon Johnson. Euro step looking like Manu out there, 5-2 Spurs lead. And here he is again, Keldon Johnson from downtown for three. We're tied at 26. He had 17 points in the first quarter alone, but the Spurs still trailed after 130-130. Jakob Poeltl missing a high shot off the glass, but there he is again, Keldon Johnson with the putback. Spurs still down, though, 58-50. Keldon had 23 in the first half, but still, Hornets went into halftime leading 62-60. Picking things up in the third now, cue up Keldon again. Look at that. He's left alone from three. He can't do that. He would have a new career high 33 points. Spurs were up 92-89, but the Hornets, P.J. Washington making a buzzer beater, 99-97. Charlotte after three. Fourth frame, less than a minute to go. DeJounte Murray creating his own shot going lefty, 119-117 Hornets. And that was the last time the Spurs would score. They would go on to lose for the fourth straight time, 123-117. So the next game, though, tomorrow night, they're going to be taking on the Los Angeles Lakers right here at home. It's going to be the first of a 7-game homestand. We need that more than ever. Tip-off Monday night set for 7:30. We're going to be hosting the Lakers and LeBron James, who just notched 56 points against the Warriors last night. But here's the thing. If he did it once,
no big deal.
he's probably not going to do it 2 games in a row.
Well, now he is that you just said it out loud.
Not going to happen. Spurs are going to win it.
Take it back from the universe, Max.
I'm counting it right there. All right, 826, 69 degrees out.
Residents of Castle Hills wanted to have their say on a proposed multi-million-dollar development project, the issues that have residents concerned most.
And San Antonio commemorating a historic day for the Alamo. Stephen Cavazos joining us live from Alamo Plaza with today's events. We'll be right back. Good morning, welcome back, and happy Sunday. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Acosta. It's Sunday, March 6th. You guys, I washed my car 2 days ago when it was nice and sunny out. It was so I'm getting a slow clap from Sarah Smivey. She's like, welcome to being an adult, Sarah. Okay, but do I have to worry about it raining in our near future?
Yeah. That's kind of what the slow clap was for, because we are expecting some rain early tomorrow with a cold front that moves through. It will not be important rain. It'll amount to maybe 1/10 of an inch in some places, not nearly enough to help us out with drought conditions, but it will make things a bit damp out there. And Tuesday we could see even some sprinkles as well. So yeah, there's a few chances for rain in and out of this week in the coming days. But the biggest thing to know for today is that it's going to be warm. It'll be muggy too, but if you like the warmer weather, soak it up today, because as I just mentioned, we are going to be seeing a cold front that'll move through early tomorrow morning. All right, take a look out there. Temperatures will be climbing into the 80s this afternoon after this cloudy start. Winds will be breezy from the south at 10 to 15, gusting up to 25 miles per hour. But right now we are cloudy. A few peaks of sunshine here and there, but generally a warm start to the day too, near 70 degrees. And winds are already breezy from the south-southeast at about 15 miles per hour, really pumping in that humidity. And that's why it feels pretty muggy out there. So warm and muggy today, but that cold front will arrive early tomorrow morning, bringing with it a little bit of rain. But really the biggest difference you'll notice is the fact that it's going to be some 30 degrees colder tomorrow and Tuesday. And then we'll seesaw back and forth this week, which is spring break for many folks. We'll have a couple of nice days sprinkled in there too. So a lot to chat about in the forecast. So I'll have those details in just a few minutes. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, San Antonio police are looking for a hit-and-run suspect that they say left a man injured. Officers were called out to the frontage road of Loop 410 near Rigsby just before 5 this morning. When they arrived, they found a man with visible blood on his body and on the ground. Police say he had been hit by a vehicle and the driver did not stop. The man was taken to the hospital. Authorities say they will work with the victim to try to get a description of that vehicle.
All right, well, Bexar County Sheriff's deputies say a man broke down the front door of a friend's home, all in an effort to find his girlfriend. Now, this all happened back on February 21st. BCSO tells us 40-year-old Roger Gildone went to his friend's home, started banging the door. When they didn't answer the door, they said Gildone kicked the door in. Now, deputies say he searched the home. His girlfriend wasn't there. According to the arrest affidavit, he learned police were on their way, so he took off in his truck. He also hit a parked vehicle in the process of trying to get away. Deputies spotted him, chased him down. They say he refused to stop. He ended up driving to his home. He was later charged with evading arrest. All right, a big update in a story we've been covering for years, the collective bargaining situation between SAPD and the city. A recent update now telling a local watchdog group saying the recent contract is a step in the right direction. Amanda Tomas with Act for SA says there were some major wins negotiated the contract, primarily when it comes to discipline. The new contract limits the arbitration process, which in the past has allowed fired SAPD officers to just get their jobs back. Now, if the contract is approved, an arbitrator can only overturn a firing if the police chief doesn't establish that conduct would make the entire department look bad or a good reason to fire them based on what the contract described as law and sound community expectation.
The inclusion of an officer's past record into not only consideration for discipline, but also to arbitration is a huge win for the community for us.
On the other side, Tomas says this contract lacks changes to civilian oversight. She says at one point the Civilian Review Board, or CARB, was on the list of priorities for the city, but it fell off before they finalized the terms of the new contract. Before the contract is officially enacted, it does need to be signed off by the San Antonio Police Association and the San Antonio City Council.
Well, Castle Hills residents have a lot to say about a new $60 million apartment project being considered by city leaders. Residents packed out town hall discussion on the project yesterday. The Lofts at Castle Hills is a 300-unit complex that would be built at Northwest Military and Lock Hill, Selma. Representatives for the project say it would generate significantly more income for the city each year compared to the two undeveloped plots of land that currently sit at that location. However, residents express their concerns regarding tax breaks tied to the proposed deal, as well as a possible increase in traffic in the area. The project would need approval by the city before construction begins. And Dawn at the Alamo commemorates the defenders of the Texas landmark. This morning, crowds gathered to reflect on the historic siege and battle.
Stephen Cavazos has been live there throughout the morning. Stephen, the ceremony has wrapped up, but what else is planned for the day?
Good morning, Max and Sarah. Well, after the fall will be hosted by the Alamo chapter of the Sons of the Republic. That event is set to start in just a little bit at 10 this morning. Then shortly after that, the events do continue. The Alamo Mission chapter of the Daughters of the Republic will host a service that remembers the heroes of the Alamo. But today's remembrance began at dawn. Now, Dawn at the Alamo is a ceremony that remembers the events and describes the events, more importantly, that led up to the battle of that day. There were musical performances this morning, history depictions, and even a live musket firing demonstration. J.D. Humber and his son Everett traveled to the Alamo City, that is, from Abilene. J.D. tells us that he's a member of the Sons of the Republic of Texas. He says this morning's event holds a significant meaning in Texas history.
This is just part of who we are. So we wanted to come and honor those men that gave their lives on both sides and just celebrate what is Texas.
Now, again, that ceremony has wrapped, but there will be other programs taking place later this morning. And you can see right behind me in front of the Alamo, they do have those wreaths that were laid there to remember the heroes of that day. Now, keep in mind, there are going to be those other events that will be happening, but today's remembrance will conclude with Remember the Defenders. The Alamo describes that as a solemn ceremony that is set to begin at 6 this evening. Reporting live at Alamo Plaza this morning, Stephen Cavazos, KSAT 12 News. Max, Sarah, back to you.
Thank you, Stephen. And a third round of talks between Russia and Ukraine is set to take place on Monday. Russian President Vladimir Putin is warning that Ukrainian statehood is in jeopardy and is blaming U.S. sanctions.
Meanwhile, a WNBA All-Star being held by Russian authorities. ABC's Karina Mitchell has the details.
Potential new trouble in the worsening relations between the U.S. and Russia. WNBA All-Star Brittany Griner is in the custody of Russian authorities after they say they found vape cartridges containing cannabis oil while searching her luggage at an airport near Moscow. The State Department says they're aware of her arrest and will be doing whatever they can to help. The arrest comes as Russia continues its push into Ukraine. President Joe Biden speaking with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Biden says his administration is working closely with Congress to secure additional funding to help Ukraine. The UN estimated that by Saturday night, as many as 1.5 million people will have left Ukraine, with more than 750,000 people entering Poland. But as many people leave, many others stay behind to fight. In Kyiv, hundreds of men lined up ready to join the Ukrainian army.
We know why we are here. We know why we defend our country, and our guys that are actually standing there and fighting Russian military forces, they know what they are doing. Those guys, they don't. We know what we are doing, and that's why we will win.
Meantime, Russian President Vladimir Putin warning a no-fly zone over Ukraine would constitute a declaration of war. Both Visa and MasterCard suspending operations in the country. The U.S. State Department warning all Americans to leave as soon as they can. Karina Mitchell, ABC News, New York.
Well, back here at home, March is Women's History Month, and in celebration, 16 women were inducted into the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame. Each inductee has made contributions to the San Antonio community, according to organizers. Right now, you can check out KSAT.com and read about all of those incredible women. The San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame was started in 1984.
All right, an annual St. Patrick's Day tradition in San Antonio will continue this year, the dyeing of the San Antonio River along the Riverwalk. This year, the the Riverwalk's going to be dyed green. It's going to take place from 1 to 3 p.m. on March 17th and March 19th. A St. Patrick's Day parade will take place from 4 to 5 p.m. on March 19th. It's along the 2.5-mile downtown stretch of the Riverwalk. And don't worry, the dye is eco-friendly, and it always disperses behind a barge that carries a bagpipe.
Of course it does.
St. Patty's Day tradition.
And the dye, I was reading, it lasts for a couple of days, but by day 2, it's starting to fade a little bit. So
that's just the color of the river.
Yep.
All right, 8:40, 69 degrees out. Still to come, boxing set to take center stage right here in the Alamo City. Find out who is climbing into the ring and when.
A new challenge is awaiting thrill seekers. Look, there she is, our very own Sarah Spivey. Look at Katie Blake's face. Oh, it's making my stomach drop. We'll give you a preview of that title surge ride. Oh my God, Sarah, your face.
Quick live look out of the Alamo City. Oh, cloudy. Warm though to start the morning. What is the rest of the day? What does the spring breaks look like? Is it going to be spring? We're going to check in with Sarah in just a bit after the roller coaster.
Putin's war, the Russian assault, devastating Ukraine, 1 million refugees desperate, the world on edge. Now, today, Marco Rubio questioning Putin's state of mind and real-time reports from the war zone on a special ABC's This Week with George.
All right, so for so many of you out there, it is spring break. If you're looking for something to do, how about trying out the newest ride at SeaWorld? It is called Tidal Surge. It is the largest attraction of its kind in the world.
Sarah Spivey said maybe don't try it out. I don't know. Okay, so here is our own Sarah Spivey and Katie Blake. They tried it out to give us their take on where the tidal surge ranks on the thrill scale.
Hey everyone, meteorologist Sarah Spivey and meteorologist Katie Blake here at SeaWorld testing out this bad boy behind me, Tidal Surge, the new ride here at SeaWorld.
We're here with Ray. Is it still really exciting when a new ride opens?
It's exciting anytime we open something brand new here at SeaWorld. You will actually soar up 135 feet in the air at 68 miles per hour, giving you amazing views of the park.
Oh We're gonna do it. I'm so excited. Let's check it out. We did that. That was awesome. It was way scarier than I thought it was going to be.
It's exhilarating.
It's exhilarating. You got to try it once. For more information on the Tidal Surge in SeaWorld, go to KSAT.com. Woo!
Want to see Katie and Sarah's full ride? Just become a KSAT Insider by signing up at KSAT.com Insider and getting exclusive access to that video. I think it's hilarious, Sarah Spivey. I think you screamed like you've never screamed before, and Katie Blake looked like she was having a really rough time.
Yeah. I was the only one screaming on that ride. There were other people on that ride, but it was intense.
Suffering through silence.
It was very intense, yeah, but a fun time there at SeaWorld. Okay, outside right now, let's come back down to earth and talk about how it is cloudy out there right now. This is a look at the satellite and the temperatures. There are some peaks of sunshine across areas south of San Antonio and off to the east, but as you can see, clouds are building back over that. So it's going to be a fairly cloudy beginning to the day, a lot like yesterday, where we do eventually see some sun in the afternoon. For now, though, it's near 70 degrees at the airport, 72 at Stinson, 72 in Castroville. It's 69 in New Braunfels. A very warm start. We usually see an average start of the day in the 40s here in San Antonio this time of year. So we're well above that right now outside. In fact, our average high is 71 and we're already there. It's going to be a warm day for us at 68 in Del Rio and 65 in Kerrville. We're also seeing pretty breezy conditions out there too. Winds are from the south at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. That is continuing to bring in that Gulf of Mexico moisture. And so at the surface here, we've got dew points in the 60s. 50s. That is very muggy. Now, usually this would be a good thing because we want a little bit more rain in our forecast because drought conditions. But even with the front moving through late tonight, we're not expecting all that much rain with that front. Let me take you through the futurecast for the day today. As I mentioned, we're going to hold on to those clouds through about lunch, and then in the afternoon, seeing skies clear. It'll be warm today, very warm. In fact, hot out toward Del Rio, where it'll be near 90 degrees, 91 in Cotulla, 90 in Laredo. Around San Antonio, low 80s are a good bet for the forecast this afternoon, so definitely on the warm side, near 80 degrees up in the hill country too. We'll be at 70 degrees at 10, still fairly cloudy at noon as well, 75, and then seeing those skies clear, 83 for the high, winds breezy from the south at 10 to 15, gusting up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight is going to be mild. We don't expect that cold front to move through until after midnight. So let's talk a little bit about that cold front. Here's the wider view across the entire United States, and there's that big low pressure system. This is that one that brought the devastating tornadoes across parts of Iowa, unfortunately deadly tornadoes across Iowa. But behind this system, we've got a cold front that's pushing into North Texas as we speak. Look at that. It's freezing in Lubbock right now, but it's still 66 in San Angelo. Very cold air mass to our north that's going to be moving through overnight tonight. Will it bring rain? Well, yes, but just not all that much because we're going to be on the tail end of the system. Take a look at midnight tonight. Some severe storms possible up near the Dallas-Fort Worth area, even some storminess across parts of Real County and Edwards County. Again, we're on the tail end of this system. So here in San Antonio, really only expecting some light rain showers early tomorrow morning, close to the morning commute, slightly after dawn. And then throughout the morning, that rain will be pushing to the east. By 1 p.m., there still could be some light rain showers for our eastern counties, but in San Antonio, the rain will likely be done and it won't amount to much, maybe 1/10 of an inch of rain here and there. It'll be windy with gusts up to 40 miles per hour tomorrow from the north. That'll filter in some colder air. Here's a look at high temperatures tomorrow in the mid 50s around San Antonio, so about a 30-degree drop tomorrow afternoon. It'll continue to stay chilly Tuesday with some sprinkles in the area and cloudy conditions, and Tuesday it'll be hard for us to get out of the 40s. So a chilly day Monday and a chilly day Tuesday. We'll see better conditions Wednesday and Thursday for those of you enjoying spring break this week. Sunny skies, 60s and 70s on Wednesday and Thursday, but another cold front will move through early Friday morning. That'll drop temperatures back down into the 50s and actually bring us a late season freeze early Saturday morning. So prepare for that if you're a gardener and you want to get your spring garden going. Maybe just prepare for the light freeze Saturday, and if you can, wait until after this weekend to plant.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. 8:51, 69 degrees out.
Well, it's almost National Cereal Day, so can you guess which cereal people in the U.S. liked most? Tomorrow on GMSA, we'll tell you which cereals made the top 5 list and which one is the most liked here in Texas.
Good morning, welcome back to Zone and Golden Boy Promotions coming to San Antonio on April 9th, headlining the fight with the undefeated lightweight Ryan Garcia. Ticket sales at the Alamo Dome set for a great start. Garcia has won 4 of the last fights by knockout. Garcia returning to the ring following wrist surgery back in October. Now under the new direction of a new trainer after parting ways with his old one. You can hear more from Garcia and the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, tonight on Instant Replay, as well as your kickoff preview for the start of the regular season for the San Antonio FC. Instant Replay, 11 p.m. right after the night beat.
Hey, we just got the pollen count in. Molds are low at 350. Oak, ash, hackberry, and elm are present as well. All low too. So you can tell that those trees are starting to pollinate, but everything is low, thank goodness. Now outside right now, it's still cloudy. We'll be seeing sun in the afternoon, 83, a warm day for us, breezy too with winds from the south, gusting up to 25 miles per hour, but windy tomorrow behind a cold front. That'll bring a chance for light rain showers in the morning, but drop those temperatures into the 40s and 50s Monday and Tuesday. A little bit more sun Wednesday and Thursday, up the roller coaster, but then back down by Friday and the weekend.
It's me going up and down the roller coaster.
Yep.
Sarah Spivey, thank you so much.
Sarah.
Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your Sunday.
Happy Sunday.